Hello, I am the video game addict, and today we'll be looking at my top 10 Pokemon designs. Now, I say strictly designs due to the fact that I've only played 4 of the games and only 3 of them are main series. So I'm not 100% sure how certain Pokemon work in certain battle situations. So I really don't have a top 10 on my favorite Pokemon that I like to actually have in my party. The only games I've played so far are Red, Emerald, Pearl, and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness on the GameCube. So, out of all 900 some odd Pokemon that exist, we'll be looking at my top 10 favorite designs. Welcome to the show. At number 10, we have Bulbasaur. Now, I know most people look at the original generation and say Bulbasaur is their least favourite, especially of the starters. However, me personally, growing up watching the anime and then going into the actual game, Bulbasaur was the one I fell in love with when watching the anime, and then I just started using him. I ended up leveling up enough where I was very, very powerful, especially in comparison to my rival, who I believe would have had Squirtle, but I don't remember correctly because I haven't played Red in a while. But that's beside the point, I digress. Bulbasaur is just a very, very cute Pokemon that, honestly, I would love to actually have one of. Since the original anime's debut and my time of watching it, I have had Bulbasaur toys and plushies. And I actually have one that, if you look behind me in most scenes where I'm in front of my bookcase, you can actually see it. At number 9 is Oshawott. A very cute Pokemon that is very, very simple as well. Now, would I actually pick him? I'm not 100% sure because, well, I haven't played the game. Personally, I am more of a grass type, however, I do like Oshawott's design. I don't care for his later evolutions, especially when he gets on 4 legs, but that's just a personal thing. I still think that the little Oshawott is very, very cute. Coming at number 8, Scyther. A praying mantis with swords for hands. That is really badass, especially in my opinion. Now, Scyther was not a Pokemon that I actually ended up catching in the original game, due to the fact that you can only get him in the Safari Zone, and I was never really good at the Safari Zone. But I actually first saw Scyther before I found him anywhere in the Pokemon Red game, in Pokemon Snap. So you see, there's an air of mystery in the very first level. You see some rustling in the bushes, but you can't do anything about it. Once you get your poison bombs, you can throw them into the bushes, and out pops Scyther. And then 2 Pikachus on the other side because, well, Pikachu has to be everywhere in every Pokemon game. Scyther is a very badass Pokemon and definitely deserves his spot on my list. Coming at number 7, Grovyle. You see a pattern yet with the colours? Well, this is the last one. In a recent playthrough of Emerald, I picked Trico. Why? Just because I like grass-type Pokemon. After I picked Trico, I ended up leveling up before the first actual gym leader, due to the fact that the actual first gym leader is your father and you can't fight him till later. Why is this a thing? Alright, anyway, so Grovyle. I ended up using him through most of the game because he was badass, and I actually liked his design so much, I didn't upgrade him to Sceptile until a lot later in the game, mostly by pressing B when he was evolving, or by handing him an Everstone. Grovyle is just a really cool Pokemon who I personally love. At number 6 is Mewtwo. How could you not go through a top 10 list of Pokemon and not have Mewtwo? Mewtwo is on my list for more reasons than just the fact that he does look cool. You see, I love Pokemon the first movie. I used to love it so much that I actually ended up breaking the tape while watching it and then crying to my parents because I needed a new one. I did end up getting one. But that's beside the point. Mewtwo is a very badass Pokemon in that movie. Well, yeah, he kind of turns Ash to stone, that he then gets saved by tears, but it's just still a really cool Pokemon. He was really the first villain that really kind of ticked me off when watching it. But as I continued watching it, I realized how annoying Ash was and how much I love Mewtwo for silencing him for a little bit. Coming in at number 5, we have Plusle and Minun. Two small, cute electric type Pokemon that honestly are a lot better in design, in my opinion, than Pikachu, and I honestly think Plusle Minun could have been a better and new mascot for Pokemon than Pikachu could have been. Well, we do still have Pikachu, Plusle and Minun are still here. Well, I do wish that either Plusle was more of an orangey tone, or, well, Minun was green, due to the fact that then they would actually look opposite, rather than just being opposite in name and, well, the plus and minus. But that's just a personal thing. Whether the colors are green, blue, orange, or pink, I still think that Plusle and Minun are very cute and really cool looking Pokemon, and they definitely deserve this spot on the list. Coming in at number 4 is Pancham. You know that really cute kid or really cute girl that you see that tries to act badass and just tries to act cool, but you see right through it, and you know that they're just cute and can never actually be like any hardcore or anything? That's Pancham. Pancham tries to act badass the way that its evolved form, Pangoro, actually is. But for right now, he is just a super cute little panda. And then he evolves into a muscular ready to punch you in the face and go across the room like the Hulk just hit ya, Pangoro. Coming in at number 3 is Zorua. I hope I'm saying that right, because if not, I will have tons of fanboys in the comments yelling at me. Anyway, Zorua is a very weird looking gothic kind of fox. It's a very cute little fox that has hair similar to a, well, either red Jacksepticeye or Brutal Moose. Personally, I couldn't decide which. It's a very weird Pokemon that ends up growing its hair out when it evolves, but I personally look at it and see it as just a cute little emo fox. Well, I know some people probably don't like it because it's a cute little emo fox, and there are a lot of people out there who just don't like emo or that gothic look, but I personally do, and I think that Zoruo, or whatever her name is just a cute Pokemon. Coming in at number 2, Rayquaza. Remember I said earlier that Grovyle was the last green Pokemon? Yeah, I lied. A giant flying snake. A giant green Chinese dragon. Two ways that Rayquaza has been described to me. He is a just giant badass. You want to call him a snake, call him a Chinese dragon, it doesn't matter. Well, personally, I would get rid of the lipstick on him. The rest of him is just so cool. And I definitely can't wait to actually find him somewhere in Emerald, and then go back to the first route that you find and just decimate everybody that I can. And now time for some honorable mentions. And finally, coming in at number 1, Umbreon. For a while, I didn't actually have any handheld Pokemon games or handheld Nintendo systems, and when this was a problem, I turned to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, in which you get an EV to start out with. You then have the choice to level it up and evolve it into either Espeon or Umbreon. And personally, as somebody who likes that gothic feel to it, Umbreon was my choice. A very cute to be gothic Pokemon, Umbreon was my favourite out of all the Pokemon designs. It just works so well and flows so perfectly. Then they effed it up with the flipping fairy type. What is with this thing? But we're not talking about bad Pokemon designs. That's for a later video. For this one, coming at number 1 is Umbreon. My personal favourite design of all the Pokemon. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, I have another top 10 on my top 10 Futurama episodes. I also have other episodes on why did it work, so go check those out. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.